Antonio. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. After a few nights of freezing rain and stuff like that, and ice all over the roads yesterday, I kind of thawed out just a little bit. And then I had to come to work this morning. I work in the healthcare industry. And although our clinic couldn't open because of water issues, we have some machines that that are self-contained. So we're getting those up and running, and we'll be able to treat a few patients today. But I work in the dialysis field, and our patients are man, it's rough out there. And I know there's a lot of people out there with health issues and all kinds of stuff, and man, really praying for them. I'm just driving, guys. It started snowing again here in San Antonio. I think this is supposed to be the last day of this crazy weather. A lot of people are still without power. Most of the city is, at least the water is being half pumped, half pressure, but there's a lot of people without water, without electricity. I can't tell you where I work, but I work in the dialysis industry, and I work around doctors and nurses and stuff like that. And there's some doctors and nurses that are coming in, and I know there's people that are probably a little worse off, maybe some that are a little better off. But some of my own staff that I work with, they have houses full of family members that don't have water and electricity, that have been staying with them, and they're almost to the point where they're running out of food, and going to the grocery stores is almost a daunting task in and of itself. You gotta brave getting there and brave getting back for a lot of people. And then also when you get there, I mean, there's nothing on the shelves. Deliveries to these stores, retail deliveries, are not occurring because of the ice conditions and stuff like that. And folks are, of course, there's a lot of folks that are scared and worried. And I will say this for y'all watching: if you've never experienced something like this before, I'll give you some word of advice. Whatever you're worried about or concerned about, start early and start taking measures. Like, for example, looking at the type of forecasted weather that was coming, we began, I wouldn't call it rationing, but we were very conservative on our consumption as far as water and food goes. If you haven't already, I hear a lot of people are experiencing losing their whole refrigerator full of food because the power goes out. Look, it hasn't been over 40 degrees since Sunday. And so if you have power in your refrigerator right now, if that power goes out, just take your stuff out of your refrigerator, put it on your front or back porch. Right now, outside, it's been just as cold as your refrigerator. It's been just as cold as your refrigerator outside. And here's the thing: if you just let your food sit in your refrigerator, it's going to become colder, faster, warmer, faster than if you just put it outside in this 30-degree weather. Be careful that there's things that you don't want frozen, because if it's below freezing, that stuff will freeze. So I take insulin. So first thing I did was take my insulin when we lost power, put that outside with food, with the cold stuff, and but at the same time, I had to watch and make sure that the temperature didn't drop so low that the insulin would freeze, because insulin, if it gets too warm or it gets too cold, will become useless. It doesn't go bad, it's not going to hurt you, but it just simply will become useless. It won't have any, it have very little effect on you when you inject it. So, and that goes for a lot of medicines. Um, Water, if you got a, if you know, look, I wouldn't take any chances. If you suspect that you may be having water issues, flush. But I wouldn't be flushing the toilet every time you go. You flush it when it's full. I know that may sound nasty, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do. If you have to urinate, don't urinate in the toilet unless your plan is to put liquid in there, right? But urinate outside. Walk outside, urinate. Find a place to urinate outside. Walk outside and urinate. Uh, Tough times require tough decisions, and you got to be smart. If your water is out and you are thirsty and you need to drink and you don't have water, go outside, collect some snow, bring it inside, let it melt. You can drink that. You can drink melted snow, okay? I have actually, and I know this may sound redundant and it may sound like, well, why are you saying that, Jack? Everybody knows you can melt snow and drink it. Let me tell you, not everybody knows that. Not everybody knows that. Let me just put it to you that way. So I'm not going to judge folks for not knowing that, but I figured I would just mention that. Yeah, and don't drink the yellow snow. That, of course, you don't drink the yellow snow. I mean, you could, but it probably, after you get the nasty taste out of your mouth, it probably is not going to do you. It probably upset your stomach. So Joe can drink some yellow. Joe can eat some yellow snow. Joe Savaggio, yeah, he can eat some yellow snow. He could eat some brown snow. All right, he can eat some brown snow. My dogs do a good job of providing the best quality brown snow, brown and yellow snow, and that's exactly what Joe can eat. And you know, I hope he chokes on a fucking dog turd. But anyway, that's another story. I didn't really have a whole lot to do with the clinic, so what I did was I offered to go and take, you know, some of these nurses I work with, they have the best souls and the best hearts, and you know, they'll put you before them any day of the week, and they're very pure people. These nurses, they're angels. On that note, I figured, you know what? We have kind of a gas shortage here. The gas deliveries aren't happening, and of course, you know, people are going out and filling up their vehicles. A lot of people like myself, I have 2 cars, and one of those cars has been sitting in my driveway with an inverter hooked to it, a 2,000 watt inverter, and it's actually powering the gas furnace in my house, and it's also powering some lights. We've been fortunate. We have a gas water heater as well, so we've had, although we've had limited water pressure, we have had hot water, so we've been fortunate so far. But that car's been sitting in the driveway since Monday running, and it has never turned off, and it's working out pretty good. I installed some easy clamps on there. The inverter connects to the battery, and the alternator charges the battery, and that inverter provides 2,000 watts of AC power. But anyway, run some extension cords into the house. But in any case, I tell you, we've been fortunate in that sense, and we've had some people over and hosted them at our house, providing them some shelter. But let me tell you, man, yeah, everything, the silver lining of the whole situation is that this should pass here in the next day or so. I think tomorrow we're expected to be above freezing, although it's still going to be cold. I think we'll be above freezing, so the roads should be good. People should be getting out. Hopefully deliveries can start happening, and we can start getting back to not normal. We can get back to crazy. All right. This right here is just plain utter ridiculous with this storm. But, you know, and for those folks that are, you know, in a situation where there's no water, no power, I mean, look, man, uh, there's nothing wrong with driving south. And but I'll tell you this, south about 6 or 7 hours, they got 50 degree weather. It's not this 20-degree weather, but it's still cold. But chances are you might find a little bit of different situation there. Check on your neighbors, call your friends, call your family. Make sure nobody is sitting in their home prideful, afraid to ask for help. If you need help, call your friends and family. That's what they're there for. Call them and let them know you need some help. And don't be afraid to call someone if you need help or assistance. Let me look at some of these chats here. So what I decided to do was go. I'm in one of the nurses' cars right now, and man, it's got a heads-up display. I don't know if you can see that or not. No, you really can't see that on the window, but it's got a heads-up display. I'm driving a Kia something. It's like a SUV. Man, it is nice. Anyway, I took one of the nurses' cars and went and put gas in it. I've done this 2 or 3 times already. They're half a tank or whatever, and these guys really, they can't really drive sometimes, and it's hard to find gas at gas stations. I know exactly where to go. You go to the truck stops. A lot of people don't associate truck stops with filling up their cars, but let me tell you, they got gas. Yeah, I don't know what kind of snow you're getting in a bag, but you may not need to keep that snow. Now, I don't know, this parking thing's going off. Let me back up away from this car. Oh, I know what's going on. It's the snow. It's funny because that beeping is actually parking assist, and there should be a way to turn off the parking assist. Let me see if I can find a way to turn off this parking assist, because this is not my car, and it appears that there might be. Man, normally there's a button to turn off that parking assist, but well, this is not a truck. This is somebody else's car I took to go get gas, and yeah, I went to go get gas, and for this nurse, there it is. Let's see here. Let's figure out what driver assistance. Okay, boom, and then we can go forward safety off. Okay, so I turned that off, so we should be good. What happens is these sensors, they see the snow, and that's what they see the snow, and it thinks there's something in front of the car. So anyway, I am in the medical field. I'm in the dialysis field. I'm a dialysis technician, and my wife's been a dialysis nurse for 25 years, and I've been a dialysis technician, I would say, for about 10 years now. So yeah, I take care of patients that have kidney failure. Believe it or not, I put in needles, and I use saline and to regulate blood pressure while they're on dialysis treatment. Sometimes they have issues while they're on treatment, especially like low blood pressures to the point where they pass out. It's a side effect of dialysis sometimes. And I am instrumental. I am part of a team of people, a team of technicians and nurses and doctors and social workers and dietitians that treat dialysis patients. A Holmes, I don't know what you're talking about. I've gotten a lot of stuff from a lot of people. I'm not sure if you sent me something, if you're asking me about that. But man, this car is, woo, it's hot. Seat's getting hot now. Gunga Din, here's the thing. There's this saying in dialysis. Dialysis treatments will keep you alive. They will not kill you. Although, yeah, people do pass away sometimes. I would say that it doesn't happen as much as you would think. I think typically a person on dialysis is looking at about 5 good years if they're, having issues. But there's people that have been on dialysis for a very long time as well. So there's a whole bunch of things that starts happening with your body when your kidneys fail. But having dialysis will keep you alive. And then here's something interesting. Dialysis is one of only a one or two things, maybe the only thing, where you can't be refused treatment because you don't have money. If you have kidney failure, you're going to get dialysis whether you have money or you don't have money. And that has to do with some type of presidential order or some order from Congress. Believe it or not, there's a whole story behind that. And I think it had to do back a long time ago when the president's, I think the president's family member might have had kidney failure. And anyway, so yeah, that I don't know all the details about it, but I do know that money or not, if you need dialysis, if you come, you're going to get it. No doubt about it. So that's a good thing. Let me see here. Try to keep this. Yeah, man, these are some big old snowflakes. We don't see this stuff in Texas, man. We don't see this stuff in Texas. Spoon Man, good idea, man. You purchased a generator last month for your type of situation. Yeah, I mean, we don't experience, this is once in 30, 35 years that we have a storm like this. So, I can't see going out and buying a generator for something that might happen once every 30, 35 years. But that is smart to have a generator because, man, they are worth their weight in gold. When you don't have power, whew, it can get pretty rough. Yeah, and I heard Florida sent, Rich H says Florida sent lots of electric company trucks and employees to Texas to help out and get the Americans back up and running with electricity. That's one of the things I love about the United States. Yeah, there's some pretty nasty people out here that are self-serving and only looking out for themselves. And, I'm not going to judge them, but that's just the way they are. But then you got a lot of people that pull together in times of need. And God bless those people. I'm one of those people that I'm going to take care of me and my own first, of course. But once I'm stable at home, then, I'll hop out in my truck and drive around and give people rides to shelter, check on people that are stranded on the side of the road, do my part, do what I can. There's a story that I have heard a while back, and it's one of the stories I tried to model my life by. And it's a story about I think it was a mockingbird or a jaybird, some little bird. And there was a forest fire, and all the animals were running out of the forest away from the fire. But there was this one little bird that kept flying to the fire and then flying away from the fire and to the fire. And one of the big bears looks up at the bird and says, "Man, what are you doing? You need to be going away from the fire." Well, it turns out the little bird says, "No, I got some water from the lake." in my beak, and I'm taking it to the fire, and the bear goes, "Are you crazy? You're not gonna do anything. I mean, your little beak." And he goes, "Look, I'm gonna do what I can, all right?" And that's that. So that's what I do. I just do what I can. Is it gonna put out the forest fire? No. Is it gonna help every single person that's out there? No. But you know what? I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm not gonna worry about the fact that what I'm doing might be, it might feel like it's in vain. Chances are, if you're doing something for someone, even if it's just one person, it's not in vain. If you can help just one person one time, then what you've done is not in vain. I always say this is a world of predator versus predator, and dog eat dog kind of thing, and you got to choose on what you're going to be. Are you going to be predator, or are you going to be a prey? But then there's some of us who will never be prey, but we don't have to always be predator versus predator. Although we have the ability to rip shit up, sometimes we can use that power to help. And we can use that power and that tiger mentality, that animal mentality, that animal drive to help our prey, or help the prey. Got to help people, folks. Yeah, Terrorist Camp 64 says when you help someone, you help yourself, and that's absolutely true. I could have completely quit the dialysis field and started doing YouTube full time. I'm in that position, and but you know what? I still maintain my certifications and stuff because I really like what I do in the dialysis field. I mean, I get to go in and I get to really be instrumental in someone's ability to survive. My name's Jack.
Yep.
Yeah, I have several orders. Did you take the phone call?
Yeah. What do you have?
I had like 10 bean and cheese, and like 3 bean and cheese with bacon and some chorizo. Okay, all right, and an unsweet tea.
One SCT?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm getting a taco order at the taco place. It's kind of a surprise for the nurses back at the clinic. There's at least one nurse that hasn't eaten anything but peanut butter and beef jerky for the last 2 days, and so it'll be nice to have some hot tacos. All those tacos are not for me. Some of them are, particularly the bean and cheese with bacon. I like bean and cheese with crispy bacon, and I like the tortilla, the flour tortilla, toasted. This is a restaurant called El Bracero. It's E-L and then B-R-A-C-E-R-O. El Bracero. They're a little diamond in the rough. Really, really good tacos and food here. I've been coming here for a long time. You can call in your order, 210-337-1686, and they'll make it and have it ready when you get here. Oh man, yeah, the Chinese restaurants. Man, yesterday there wasn't one damn restaurant open for 50 miles. But let me tell you, there was a Chinese restaurant on Walsham Road, and I counted 61 cars in line for their little drive-through. 61 cars. They were all in the parking lot. They were all down the road. 61 cars last night around 8 o'clock at this Chinese restaurant. I'm like, damn, where did they get all their food from? Gonna have to talk to them and see what they did to not a fan of China right now. Hey, look here, catch you later, catch. You go ahead and eat your whatever you eat. I'm not a fan of China right now either, but I will definitely eat some Chinese food here, so screw that. For those of y'all that's just joining, I figured I'm taking some cars for some nurses and getting them filled up with gas while they're at work. And I'm taking their cars and filling them up with gas. It started snowing pretty heavy here in San Antonio. I mean, this is heavy for us. We don't see this kind of weather maybe once every 30, 35 years. And we've had some ice and all that good junk. And now we got some snow again today. So I'm happy that it's snowing though. It's a little bit, if you guys have never driven in ice and snow, for those that haven't, it's a little more easier to drive on the snow and slush than it is on the solid ice. So yeah. And now I got gas in this one vehicle here. Man, it's a nice vehicle too. Check this out. Look at this. Move that thing out of the way. Look at that. That's actually a live view of the back of the car, and then also a top-down view. It's pretty amazing how they do the top-down view. It's like having a camera up above you. It's really not. It uses several cameras on the sides to create a picture and fills in the rest, but it's pretty damn cool, I'll tell you. Pretty cool. This is some kind of Kia SUV. I forget the name of it, but it's some kind of, it's an SUV. It's a large SUV. This is not mine. This is a nurse's car that I took to get some gas. I'm not gonna do anything crazy in her vehicle. I'm just getting gas, and I decided to stop and get some tacos and surprise them with some tacos. Some of them haven't had hot food in a few days because they don't have power and water and stuff. So some of the nurses where I work have not had food, hot food for a few days. I knew me and my wife haven't, and so I got her some tacos too. I'll be going and giving her those tacos. So there's a live stream I did a few days ago, and it hasn't uploaded yet because there's some connectivity issues here right now because of the weather. But when it uploads, y'all gotta check out the first few minutes of that video. I had to give a truck driver a piece of my mind the other day because he was driving stupid. So yeah, the Valero on 1604 in Thornton was open and has gas. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of places that do have gas, and there's a lot of places that don't have gas. I wouldn't say it's an emergency situation where you have to go out and panic, but I mean, if you need gas in your car, it doesn't hurt to go get it. Put it in your car just in case, especially if, like in my situation, you're using the car for to power your house. I haven't had birria tacos. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get my tacos here. Thank you. Hold on, guys. I gotta figure out a place to put this tea. This is not my car, so I don't want to spill anything. Thank you. Thank you. Hold on, guys. I'm putting the tip here, $34.84, and sign it. And here you go.
Okay, Jeff.
I don't need a receipt. Thank you.
And then take care.
You too. She said take care, and I said the same thing. I got somebody behind me honking, and they can go kiss my ass. I'm gonna get everything ready before I take off. All right, man. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, yo, $2.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Good man. Look, man, I don't need any props. I'm not trying to say look at me and look at what I can do for props or anything like that. What I'm doing is just trying to set an example for those that are watching and going through these difficult times. Trying to just set an example, let you know there is people out here that will help. If you need help, don't be ashamed to ask for it. Ask your friends and ask your family, or tell your friends and tell your family, your neighbor. Maybe you don't know your neighbor. This would be a good time to go offer some help. Let them know you need some help. Don't be afraid to speak if you need something. And certainly if you're in a position. That's all. Paul Villarreal, yeah, man. I'm always down to meet new people and kind of share my knowledge with them. So my email, y'all should know it, but my email, I don't have any moderators in here. Post my email. It's txjack72@gmail.com. That's txjack72@gmail.com. And we can go out and ride together. I did put something out on Facebook, and I'm not joking. I am not joking. Now, it doesn't happen every time, but if somebody's coming along to learn, what I have done is obviously people that want to just come along and want to chill. I don't mind doing that, but I did decide that if there's some folks, I get a lot of people always asking, hey man, can you teach me how to do that? And I don't mind doing it, but listen, man, this stuff is expensive, and whatever. Time is money, and the thing is there's some folks out there that will actually pay for that. And let me tell you, it's works good so far. I've had 3 people take advantage of it, and basically, if you want to learn how to monitor these cops without getting hurt and stuff like that and getting hemmed up, I have a lot of information to share, a lot of techniques I use. And I know I've been arrested a few times, but look, obviously I haven't been arrested in since February, which is pretty darn good. And even in February, I mean, I could have avoided that whole situation by not going there, but Almost Park needed to be gut checked. They needed to, we're not done with Almost Park. Right now, they got the upper hand on me because of that bullshit that they gave to the judge saying I was a danger to the community or whatever. So they got like kind of a stay away order. So they got the upper hand right now, but that's okay because one day the truth is going to come out. Those cases are going to go away, and those tyrant piece of shit, disgusting excuses for human beings in Almost Park, those nasty, disgusting, coward, pussy-ass cops in Almost Park, it's not over. I guarantee you I will use my last fucking breath to make sure that the tyrants in Almost Park learn that citizens have rights. Citizens' rights need to be respected. We are not in a land of communism, and they're going to respect the law. They're going to follow the law, and they're going to follow the U.S. Constitution, or they're going to die with a headache. And I'm not saying, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying anything other than the fact that when they do die, because we're all dying. We're dying the minute we're born. When they do finally die, whether it be from, COVID or natural causes or choking on a dick, whatever it is they die from, they'll die with a headache if they don't respect the law and the Constitution, because I will ensure that they have a headache 24/7. And Almost Park, there's going to be a point in time where your bullshit is going to be exactly that. And everybody's going to know that anytime they take action against anybody for anything, it's bullshit lies from lying ass cowards. Remember the day I had a sign that said Almost Park hires liars, thieves, and cowards? That's exactly what I mean. There is not one cop. When I was in that jail cell, man, I'm getting mad now. When I was in that jail cell, those pussies taunted me, smiled at me, laughed at me, made little remarks, walked by the cell looking at me. And not one person in that whole fucking city could whoop my ass. Those 2 little pussies, the pussy that grabbed my wrist and tried to break it, Valenciano, y'all all saw it on video. Badges off, I could take both those motherfuckers. And let me tell you, they charged me with resisting arrest. If I resisted arrest, they would have never cuffed me. They wouldn't have been able to. That fat motherfucker. What is his name? Lopez? That fat motherfucker that has his head on a swivel thinking he works in Compton, Los Angeles? Bitch, you work in Almost Park. About the only thing you got to worry about is a dog running fast at you. Fuck out of here. Pussy. And Selena's likes to hit on women camera, backup camera girl. Pussy. All of them. Enjoy your quiet time right now, Almost Park. Enjoy your quiet time. Because as soon as I'm up out from under your false bullshit charges you got on me now, I'm going to be right back out there exercising my rights lawfully, and you're going to learn to respect them. They even towed and seized my truck and held it for a few days for evidence because those dumbasses thought that would run up the tow bill. I know this because they run their mouths to people I know. They run their mouths to good cops that I know that tell me what they're saying. One time they were eating and one of the Almost Park was like, damn, Jack Miller, man, he got us. Yeah, you're right, I got you. I haven't got you yet. You don't know what getting got means. And Hector Ruiz, when I was sitting in the stretcher fixing to get taken to the emergency room inside the police department, Hector Ruiz walks in and smiling at me. And I said, man, what are you laughing at? And he told me to shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something, Hector Ruiz. Say that to me out on the street. Look at my camera and say, shut the fuck up. You won't do it because you're a fucking coward. Your wife should be ashamed of you. Your mama should be ashamed of you. All those Almost Park cowards. Anyway, I'm back at the clinic. I got some tacos to give to the nurses, guys. And peace out. Stay safe. Fuck Almost Park.